I'm Em from That Rum Chick, hanging out with the Rum Tribe boys today, and we are interviewing Sam and Cal from Killik because they are going to bring us an amazing...
The pronunciation is 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌. For any of the German members out there, please correct our pronunciation if it's not quite right.
Sounds good. Why don't we just call it the Terminator for the purposes of this interview? And that way I don't have to completely screw it up.
We call it the Terminator because we asked the internet how to correctly pronounce it, and it changed Terminator to Terminator.
That sounds right. That sounds right. So, Killik has obviously done a couple of things with the tribe before, and I'm a huge fan of what y'all do. But y'all are sort of out here in this beautiful region of Victoria, which is not a place that I think of as a rum producing region. So why did we end up making rum in Victoria?
I think it's just because where we lived was where we came from, but originally we started distilling when we were really young, and we were just making corn whiskey.
Okay.
But then if we wanted to go do something commercial, you can't really produce you can't at all produce bourbon.
Yes. Can't call it bourbon at least.
So there's like no point going down that rabbit hole, or at least in our mind. So
yeah,
we landed on rum.
Okay.
Yeah.
We tried to think outside the box. We always had so many, we love so many different styles of rum when we sort of started the business. They started the business, but it's become a real, I guess, expression of how Cal and Ben and Andy want to sort of portray their things, portray their craft.
I guess that's the more the funky side of things, like why we ended up with funky rum. Well, I think like rum in general is just because it's like accessible. There's molasses in Australia, and it was just but yeah, you mean like with the funky side of things? Yeah.
The funky is definitely different. It's not where most people, I think, initially go when they think rum. I think for the average Australian, well, obviously we go into a specific brand, but then also a lot of people think spiced is rum. Funky is definitely not where most people go first. Yeah. I'm so glad that you went there, but like that's hard to do the whole dunder and muck thing.
That's more from, there's like a multiple reasons. Like from our childhood, we were making a lot of like pickles with our family.
Okay.
So they're all bacterial ferments. Then we moved on to cheeses. So I'm making some hard cheese at home, like with my mum when I was growing up. And then from there, we went to bourbon, sour mash, bourbon, corn whiskey. And then from there, I don't know if you know or not, but we had a commercial brewery for about 5 years.
Yes.
Guessing-ish. And we did a lot of lambics and a lot of kettle sours and stuff too, and a lot of just like short-term sours. But obviously their passion was lambic mixed culture fermentation. And then we're going full circle back to...
Just an obvious next step.
Yeah. But yeah, like when we were growing up, like sauerkraut, dill pickles, all the lacto-fermented pickles, we just kind of grew up making them. And so it was just the
So
obvious
it wasn't
thing
necessarily we fell in love with one of the big high ester Jamaicans and decided to try to make that in Australia. It was that we liked the process.
Yeah, the process is cool. It's like if you make a closed fermentation rum that's like, you know, in a closed environment, no oxygen ingress, with a single strain isolated yeast, you're going to get the same result, very reliable.
Yes, very repeatable.
You're not going to get any surprises in your barrel. Yeah. Whereas this way, you still don't know what you're going to get, regardless of how many years you've been doing it. Or you know to some degree, but there's surprises.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun way to do things.
Why I'm scared of doing sourdough, but I'm happy to make bread. Y'all would be all into your sourdough and would be completely bored with just normal yeast bread.
Sourdough's good? Yeah. We've got like I don't know how old my mum's culture is. I think like 20 years. She's been running it for.
Yeah. I will admit that part of the reason I'm scared of doing sourdough is I'm in Queensland and I am really afraid I would end up with a very funky strain of yeast.
You might find something new.
It's fun. That's the best bit. Yeah, if it fails, you've just got some wasted dough.
Yeah. Just go bury it in the garden and hope it doesn't grow into something else.
It is kind of, it's always interesting when a new rum, or it gets older, or it depends on when it's been bottled versus when it's being aged, and how the esters and you know, all the different flavours integrate. And there's a whole new thing. There's you know, Killik Gold, our aged rum, has evolved dramatically since I became part of the business, and it's got better and better, and that's purely because of different barrel strengths, different barrel ages, different barrels we sort of blend back in. But all of the ester characters change ever so slightly with each batch, and that's what we love about it.
Mm.
I love that y'all are making stuff that I can't get anywhere else. Which is fun.
I think we like being the distillery that you either haven't heard about or you've heard a little bit, and you go, why Belgrave? Why Victoria? Where's your sugar cane plantation? How are you making this? Like, and even getting confused with Belgrade.
Mm-hmm.
And like, people go, oh, you're from
that's
Belgrade.
a whole different thing, yes.
But it's being the I don't know, the black sheep of the rum world be a good way to put it.
I don't know. When you're in Australia and your molasses is just coming from another state, it seems so normal. But you go to Japan and you talk to whiskey producers, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we get our malt from Australia," and no one like that's kind of crazy. But like this, it's from the same country, so to me it just seems no. I don't know, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I guess I understand that too. In Japan, there is no room to grow grain. Of course, it has to come from somewhere that actually has land.
Yeah. So for me, I don't know. It just seemed like, oh, it's a good opportunity. Like the resource is available, and I guess the shipping's not exorbitant. Like it just makes sense.
Molasses is used to make rums because it is shippable.
Available.
It's infinitely shippable.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I guess we get that question a lot though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It never seemed odd to us until everyone asked, and then obviously.
I don't think you're odd. I just think it's not necessarily the first thing that people think of in this region.
Well, evidently, we hear it a lot.
Yeah.
But we didn't think about it beforehand at all until people but everyone, a lot of people ask.
We'd like to be.
We're not making really good rum down in Tassie too, so.
I think eventually the rum industry will get to a stage where, the ones who have done the hard work, we like to think we've done the hard work now, and we're just waiting for a bit more of the rum boom to sort of hit, and having all of these conversations early on with the members and the general public, it's really sort of setting us up in a good frame to really move forward and kind of be one of the best highest rums in Australia. I believe that we can be that.
But that's the other thing as well. We saw opportunity with the land. Like you can't buy Savannah. Like you can't buy there's not much. Like you've got Hampton.
Yes.
That's readily available.
Yes.
And
that's about it.
Everything else you have to do.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So we've talked a little bit about some of the core range rums.
Mm-hmm.
Where did we end up with the idea to take it into this weird Terminator barrel? I know absolutely nothing about.
So the wines I mean the ester profile that's already present in Killik Gold kind of makes sense with like stone fruit forward, tropical fruit, and then 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌 like apricot, nectarine, kind of gentle fruits, but those same kind of tropical stone fruit characteristics that seem to integrate really well with our ester profile. So it seemed like a logical conclusion.
Okay.
And then also we're not huge fans of red finishes.
Okay.
Especially for our rum.
For your rum, yeah.
Yeah, like the back end structure in particular, like on red finishes seems to be very open and like loose, and it loses some structure and kind of falls away at the back end. This keeps it all snappy, tight, really well structured, while also kind of integrating a little bit of sweetness from the sherry cask. The wine cask.
It is,
and
but it's a sweetened wine.
It's
is it
a sweet.
fortified?
No,
No,
but
just
it is
a
a
sweet.
sweet. It's a sweet white wine, but it's not a sherry. Yeah, I suppose. Yeah, should we say what it was?
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. Is what
so it's
actually is a
German.
Gewürztraminer.
Gewürztraminer.
Yeah,
Gewürztraminer.
So the Gewürztraminer is kind of think like a Chablis style, but a bit more sweeter. So it's in between, I guess, from a muscat. Not a Moscato,
Yes.
and it's got a light bodiness.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit more sort of sweetness on the initial palate.
So sweeter or less sweet than a Moscato?
I think probably less
An
sweet than a
average
Moscato,
Moscato.
but it's
Okay.
got the sweet tendencies. But we're not talking 4 to 5 wine territory here.
No, yeah, it's like a little bit less, or maybe it's not even less sweet. I don't know, like residual sugar, which one's less
Yes.
sweet, but it's less cloying. Like Moscato is
Okay.
very
Some of
in
them
your face
are
must
very
stick,
sweet.
like
Yeah.
and character.
Yeah.
That like I think 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌 is more nuanced.
Okay.
Yeah. So it doesn't hit you as just like this is just a
And we were talking about some nice sort of stone fruits and florals as well. Are we going that direction?
Mildly floral, but not like Moscato floral, where it's like dominating rose water musk stick. So it's got like a nice balanced stone fruit and some floral characteristics. Yeah.
All right. So then you're going to try to pull some of those characteristics out with the gold. So we're starting with an aged rum before it went into this barrel.
This was a 100% distilled rum. This wasn't a.
It's a single barrel, but it is a part of what goes into gold traditionally.
Okay.
So this is just a one-off pot still rum, but it makes up for say 30% of what Killik Gold is usually.
Okay.
But the characteristics are kind of already there. So there's like the symbiosis or whatever the wine characters that are already just like kind of, I guess they just amplify each other rather than kind of contrast.
So completely aged in the 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌.
No, this is just finished.
Just finished.
It's only a 6-month finishing period actually.
Okay.
After is it a 4 year?
It was a 4-year-old rum and finished in. So
4-year and a 100 litre shaved casks, recouped casks.
Yes.
Recouped, retoasted. So very, very influenced by that cask.
Yes.
It's a pretty intense barrel character, and then finishing the verts. But even after 6 months, there's like a lot of impact.
Awesome.
You'll definitely not miss it.
And then I'm going to hit the sort of obligatory, no additives, no chill filters. I know the answer, but we have to say it, right?
Yeah. No. There is sugar in it though, but not sugar from us.
No additive.
Sugar
no
from
additive.
the cask.
Yes.
Yeah. You will definitely be able to taste residual sugar in it, but we didn't. Well, we put it there, but from the wine cask. Yeah.
So that's different.
Yeah. So seems
barrel influence.
And chill filtering is not something we ever.
Yeah, I know y'all never do it, but people ask, or at least I've certainly had the question, and so.
I don't know if I've ever seen like, maybe I just don't take note of our rums I don't know if they cloud in the winter or not. I don't think they do. I've never seen any clouding in our rum anyway, so I'm not sure chill filtering would help. But maybe.
You want all
we
those
don't
lovely
look for
oils in it.
We've
anyway.
also got a brown bottle.
Yes.
So.
It would be hard to see. It would be hard to see.
I've never seen it cloudy. I've never seen it.
I wonder. I. It's interesting. I wonder if it does, but I don't know.
Would you filter some of our liqueurs that we make?
Well, certainly I know my bottle of the.
Really though.
Are we done?
The coconut liqueur.
Yeah.
When you're doing like chill filtering, it is cold filtered to get some lipids. But like chill filtering is like sub-zero, like cold. Yeah. But I would like to try coconut liqueur like that to really remove all the fat because fat oxidizes. In this case, we don't have any fats dissolved. The coconut liqueur is aged on actual coconut flesh. But I'd like to try it. It's usually like -15.
You get something every day.
The vanilla and mango I know never went cloudy for me, and that's of course in a clear bottle. But that's also.
That also has fat content, but the fat is chucked straight in the bottle, so you'd never be able to filter it anyway. But I've never tasted it oxidized really. Like, it seems to be very stable.
It certainly has been in my bar, and it gets a lot of direct sunlight
Yeah.
and really good temperature variations. So
I've
it's handled
never
really well.
seen it smell like waxy or anything like that.
It has remained fun to mix with as long as I can make a bottle stretch.
Yeah, that's
part of the problem.
Well, no, vanilla bean is
me.
on the it's on the chopping block this year for
No.
spiced. Yeah, but it will probably come back in new packaging. Yeah. Just where it's starting to everything will be in one bottle.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because
Yep.
it's just
streamline.
everything's a bit all over the place at the moment. Getting one label, one bottle, or one label, you know what I mean?
Yes.
One
One
variety.
label type, one bottle.
Yeah.
Yes, I did see the new label on the Tiki Zest.
Looks good.
Oh yeah.
That's delicious.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
No, I'm super excited to now maybe have a little taste of this.
Sure, yeah, go for it. The red cherry. I mean, I know we just talked about stone fruit for ages, but straight up, it's crazy apple and red cherry.
And it's got just a little bit of that Killik funk to it.
Yeah, it's not. We're desensitized to a point where like we very much got producer's palate. So I don't know how funky this is, but I think it's restrained.
Yeah, it's got just a little bit of lollyshock, maybe slightly medicinal on the nose, but not at all off-putting. It's just there's a note of that there.
We did bring this down to 50% too, ABV.
Okay.
So it wasn't at full cask strength. We thought that in the distiller we sat down with Ben and did a lot of different tastings at different percentages, and we found that the balance between the water integration and the ester profile, it really balanced really well.
It's actually, I think it's about perfect at 50. Like in no way is it lacking aromatic intensity, or like it's perfect at 50.
That's almost savory.
It's got the nice sweet. I feel like the sweetness it like tricks you a little bit.
Yeah.
Gives you this essence that you think it's going to be a sweet rum, but you go a really nice like overall mouthfeel.
Yeah.
On the back end.
So that was just like I have not drunk anything but coffee and water this morning. That was my very first sip, and that went down gorgeously at 50%. So I think that will be super approachable for anybody who enjoys drinking a little bit of rum.
Yeah. Do you think the Terminator would like it?
Oh no.
I reckon he would. I suspect he'll be back.
Yeah.
For another sip.
Yeah. So what was I going to say before you said?
Sorry, I remember.
Oh yeah, no. I think it was just about the sugar, the residual sugar from the wine. Like I think as much as people want to be like, oh, I don't want any sugar, but then like people really like dessert wine finishes and fortified finishes, and this is just enough to kind of make everything super and approachable for anyone. I think.
I don't care. I just want to know. I guess from my personal standpoint, I know other people have very much harder lines on that.
Yeah, I think that's the right way to be.
Yeah.
I don't care. It's like as long as you tell me, it doesn't matter.
I assume
Whatever.
you
Do
made
whatever
that choice for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, do whatever you want as long as you say about it.
Yeah.
Tell the truth, and you're all good.
Yeah.
This so it doesn't taste particularly sweet to you.
I mean, it's got that lovely sweetness on the fore palate that I would expect of any rum.
Yeah.
It does not drink sweet or sticky or cloying or any of those words.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a little bit of floral something to it.
Yeah. Because
I've got some of those stone fruits, but for me, the most notable first flavor I got was that almost savory, slightly salty, sea air sort of
that's cool.
lovely note. And then that sort of coated my palate and makes it very Moorish. For me, I'm definitely going to
We definitely have producer's palate. Like I can taste very much residual sugar in it, but I know I'm too close to know what everyone like who doesn't still drink alcohol all the time.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what they'll think of it, so it's interesting.
This maybe like for your members, if this is too much, if there's too much flavour going on, they're having a hard time trying to pick these notes out because if you just add a couple of drops of water, that will really open up the palate, make it a little bit easier to try.
Yeah.
That's always a really good way, rather than adding ice and letting it chill down.
Yeah.
I think the water is a really good place to start, and just a couple of drops here and there.
Yeah.
Most of your members will know that.
Yes.
In case they don't.
So traditionally, when I do a tasting, and I will do that with this, is I taste it neat and then I make a daiquiri. And daiquiris are always an interesting barometer for me because some rums do not make good daiquiris. I think this one is going to make a very interesting daiquiri. But if you were putting this in a cocktail, what do you think you put it in?
Question.
It's got all those
What
lovely.
about just a rum old fashioned? I feel like it's got a little bit of sweetness from a.
Yeah. A little bit of orange in that.
Yeah, a little bit of that. Could be quite interesting. I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't know. Recency bias would have me make something that I made recently with it, just because I want to try it with it. I probably. I mean, if you wanted something that wasn't just because of recency bias, I guess try it in one Thai and see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's probably a good market.
The the more I sip, the more I get apricot.
Yeah, nice.
And so now I want to play with apricots with it and do something. Of course, we're out of stone fruit season. What am I going to do? Yeah. Maybe I'll have to find a
Sure,
bag
we
of.
haven't really played around with any cocktails of this.
No, it's not been like
We just got bottled a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
This is only the second time I've tasted it. Yeah, I really like it. I think no one's gonna have too much trouble with it because of that residual sweetness.
It's not a funk bomb in any way, shape, or form. Anyone who's maybe been a little bit nervous from Mistletoe should not be nervous at all. This is super drinkable.
And it's extremely powerful. It's
Yes.
very, like, the oak's moving into that stage where it's getting very woodsy. Like, where
There's
it
a nice
starts to.
tannin backbone in there.
Yeah, and like I don't know how to describe it, but when you start to think of mahogany, that's where it's moving. No, like brown. I don't know. Sometimes flavors have like just color.
Yes.
This
Yes.
is tasting brown.
I tasted rums that were just
Tasty.
green. They were green.
Yeah.
Can we write that on the tasting notes?
Taste
brown.
It's a horrible
So.
description.
I
I
think
think on cherry wood.
Yeah,
There's something about it that reminds me of like cherry wood fires, the smoke off of a cherry wood fire.
Yeah, it's getting that dense hard with it.
Yeah.
Kind of
the
character.
redwood forest, like the redwood forest.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
Redwood.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it smells like. Good.
Just like redwood.
Oh, it is. It's fine.
I think it's fine.
I think it's a conifer. Yeah.
I don't think
Don't
it's
quote
hardwood,
me.
though.
I'm the American
You
who
can't
should
make
know that.
anything with anything. I think it just shatters when it falls.
Yeah.
Wow, this is off the.
Oh, he's gonna have fun editing this.
Mm.
No, I'm really enjoying this. I'm really enjoying this. It is a very dark color in the glass, though. This is much darker than I think most of the rums on my bar. I know color does not necessarily correlate to age, but it's always sort of fun to look at the color.
Yeah, I think in this case it is. It's because it's a white wine finish. It is all just from age, but it's because the casks are tiny.
Yeah.
They're only 100 liters, so they pick up color fast. And, on 4 years in 100 liter, I mean, people tell you like, oh, that's equivalent to who knows really. I mean, it's hard to say, but it's equivalent to a lot longer in a larger barrel. That's for sure.
Yeah, well, you would have some pretty serious swings in temperature in the farm store. I've been over there, and y'all's climate here is definitely a little bit less predictable than the humid heat that I have at home 24/7. So.
Yeah.
It's been a pretty humid summer though. Like,
Yeah.
Of all the summers we've had for the last little while, it's been quite humid. But yeah, generally have hot days, cold nights, a lot of sunshine, and that factory gets a lot of heat.
Yes.
I walk out there and I almost instantly need a hat.
I certainly know a couple of my friends who have been down here have been complaining because even in the middle of summer, we've had some very cold mornings. So you'd still be getting some pretty serious temperature swings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes like swing, to like 25 degrees.
This
It
year was
like-
crazy. We had fires lit in the venue in December,
Yeah.
which is crazy.
Yeah.
And we only had to just start lighting fires again 2 weeks ago in the venue, so it's like, yeah,
So you had
only like
8 weeks of summer.
I mean, not every day we're
Yes,
lighting fires,
no, I
but like the
understand,
gap
but-
between the fires, crazy short this year. December to early Feb, mid-Feb, something like that. No, like Anyway,
I do think this is going to be a gorgeous autumn rum for, especially anybody who's from a slightly cooler climate. This is going to be a great transition from the warm weather into the cool weather.
Yep.
Sipping this on some of these cooler evenings, thinking about, I guess, the sport or the autumnal weather.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be solid.
Yeah, I agree. It has those kind of connotations with the flavors for sure.
I think some rums definitely just suit certain seasons or certain weather, and this is going to be great.
We actually we did push this back. It was actually going to be released in summer. But then me and Frank decided to push it back.
It's definitely a cool light.
April.
It doesn't feel like I want to be drinking it so much in the summer, but I think it's a winner though because I'd drink it. Like I want to drink it. Is what I mean. Like as a producer, like sometimes you put something in a bottle and this has to change.
Yes.
This is great. I just sit there drinking this. Like there's no problems that arise. Nothing necessarily needs to change, which
That's good because it's in the bottle now.
yeah. But even then, like you get to that stage usually as a producer, you're like, it needs. Yeah, it's rare
I
that
wish
it's
it
like.
had another 3 months or.
Yeah, I mean, there's always criticisms, more than not, and yeah, this is.
I'd be curious to see how it actually comes out. Like if we aged it again for a year, another calendar year in the finishing barrel, if there'd be any extra flavour coming out, or it would just be, it'd be more toasty, or it'd be more like a richer redwood. Redwood? I'm just gonna go with redwood.
Like no, I wouldn't pick up a ton of oak character from that cask. That 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌 cask would have been used many times. This might be a 5th fill, and then we've gone the 6th fill. So that's why, like, as a finishing cask, it's perfect because you're taking the wine characteristics out. But I think what would happen over time if you left this in the wine cask, maybe you develop more of the rancio, nutty, oxidized characteristics, more so than wood. Okay. But you might get stuff that you'd associate with older sherry cask kind of finishes, I suppose. But I don't know, perhaps you wouldn't get that either. Maybe it wouldn't move much at all. As you say,
it's already got a really nice tanniny backbone to it. Not enough to be overwhelming, but it's got that structured sort of tannin, slightly bitter backbone. Yeah. Backbone is the word that I use for that.
Yeah, it's well structured.
Yeah.
Yeah. The casks that it was originally aged in are, I think, really good.
Yeah, the wood influence is just lovely.
Yeah. All the I think. I don't know if he does a lot of coopering for spirits, or maybe he does. I think primarily he's for the wine industry because he's in Barossa, but they're all the cooper for us up there. I think the quality of the oak is really good.
That's
You can wrap it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any sort of last words to
And-
leave the members of the tribe with?
I guess we always try to challenge people's palates and challenge people's perception on what rum can be.
Yes.
And I guess we love the fact that rum is so versatile and there's lots of different expressions out there. So I think when me and Brad are talking about what's coming out, or what we sort of we want to put our best foot forward in how like highest rum is perceived, but also like give someone something that they've never tried before. I guess the whole point of joining a rum club is to try a rum you've never had.
Yeah.
Try a style that challenges you. Try a style that you're not going to pick up off the shelf, at your local bottle store and mix with Coke. You're just going to go, wow, that's amazing. What other highest rums are out there in the market, and how do I get them? That's kind of where we want this rum to really be, and we really hope that we've hit the nail on the head with this release, because I think we put a lot more thought into this than the other ones we've done.
Okay.
And I love it. I think it's great. I'll take one home and enjoy that over the next couple of months.
Yeah, so it's more. I want to keep drinking.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
it is
a good
very sippable.
So that's what we can do. We can do some paperwork and talk about what's happening in the next 6 months and polish off one of these bottles.
Are these spares?
They're yours, actually. They're going to the bar.
Oh, nice. Cool.
When you have them on the bar and you put together a cocktail for them, I would love to find out what you do.
I'm not sure if I'll use them for cocktails or not. Like, there might be the last Rum Tribe one, because we sold the entire allotment. We still have it. It's sitting on top of the fridge down there because it's a nice thing to have, because it's a single cask.
Yeah.
It's still cool to have even for us, because it's well, we don't have another single cask like it, so it's just sitting there. And these might do the same. They might just be stored until, I don't know. Yeah.
So there we have it. A rum to store, a rum to drink, a rum because it's special.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for sitting down and talking to us. For the members of the tribe, this is the April rum of the month. It's from Killik. It's the 𝒊𝒍𝒍𝒊𝒌 single barrel rum, and you need to make sure that you are a member of the tribe. Join up and double up if you're already a member.